when God is upset, the all-powerful being will throw lightning bolts and rain, and it's like, okay. And so we've obviously evolved, at least most of us have evolved past that, but not very far, because that's still kind of like a core religious belief that when there's like natural disasters or something, there's still large groups of people who believe that it's like the wrath of the gods or the singular God. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. But these are some,
Hmm.
like afterlife too. It's very difficult for any of us to comprehend our own short lifespan,
Mm-hmm.
or relatively speaking. And it's
Okay.
so comforting to know that we're going to live forever and we're just going to another place. So after this place, we go somewhere else. It seems to be one of those, like the magical thinking type of stories that we tell ourselves that have some pro-social benefit. It makes us like happier or whatever. However, if you'd ask any good philosophical atheist and they'll tell you, no, that's not the case. Knowing that we're actually here for a short period of time, that's what's really powerful. Knowing that we have no time to waste. Like I'm 52 now, so I've got, if I'm lucky, I've got another 40 years, 50 years maybe, and every minute is like vastly important. I can't waste
Yeah.
any time. This is it. This is it for me. So I'm going to make the best. Going to make sure I don't waste my time with like bitterness and bad relationships. Not
Yeah.
going to
Mm-hmm.
bother with that. I mean, I want my life to be happy, and I want to spend every moment of my life doing something productive. I don't think I'm going to be seeing any of my loved ones in another life. So I'm going to make sure if I care about them, I'm going to spend time with them in this life. And I'm going to say what I want to say to them and spend the time with them. So I think like my perspective or this kind of philosophical atheism perspective is so much more important. But I also don't think that everybody could handle it. That's what I talk about when I talk about pro-social manipulation. Being pro-social meaning you kind of manipulate people for the greater good. So
Hmm.
religion, I believe, is like kind of a pro-social manipulation because there are a lot of good benefits to it for people who can't handle like the hard truth and don't have the kind of philosophical background to find a better way, to understand a better way about it. That everybody can't be like a Buddhist and devote all this time into thinking and go into a cave and find like a wonderful sense of self.
Yeah.
So in spite of that, we adopt these kind of like prepackaged religions that that purport to give us these answers, even though that they're not justified answers. They're still answers, and that's where the faith comes in. If you believe that, okay, you'll be happy. But is that what we really want, or do we want to follow the truth wherever it
Mm.
may lead? I'm part of the
It's
latter group.
it sounds like the pro-social manipulation that you mentioned. It sounds like it can kind of be connected back to the question of morality with the train thing. It's like, are we doing this for the greater good, or what is it for? And from what I'm understanding from the way you describe it is the same description of where you're choosing to switch the train to kill that one individual to save five, for example, because maybe without the lack of that, religious structure that does exist and kind of eases people through life, there would be a bit way more chaos. There would be way more, maybe maybe people would just become much worse with their interactions. They'd be less happier. They'd be more bitter. They
Yeah.
Everything would just fall apart. Maybe I don't know.
Let me put it
It's a
this
massive
way.
possibility.
Yeah, let me put it this way. In the at least like a decade of seriously listening to many different religious debates, one of the most common question that's asked, usually by the theist, the whatever belief they may have, let's just say call them a Christian, they would ask the atheist, like, if you're not accountable for anything, if there's no ultimate accountability for your actions, why be good? Why bother? Why not go out and